Today, I have our MTX APAC co-founder and CEO, Deven Dhaka. Welcome.
Thank you, Das.
We have known each other for almost 2 decades.
Correct.
We worked as individuals,
Yes.
and it's been a privilege to watch you lead this organization as a co-founder and C-suite member. But before we get into the conversation, who spends more time here, you or Sudeep?
I'll answer this question in a different way. So I live in Sydney, but Shrishti and I, we have been thinking to move to South Australia. So now you can imagine that the amount of time I'm spending here, I'm falling in love with this vibrant and cultural city. So definitely it's me who's coming here.
Do we need to have the premier call you and make the final call to get the move happen?
Now, look, it was a good opportunity, and like the way South Australia has been growing, I've been very closely watching what South Australia has been able to achieve in the last 4 to 5 years. This is just not about like how a city or a state like South Australia can grow, but the kind of events they're hosting, the kind of the multinational companies they're bringing to the state. I don't think I need a call from the premier. I would love to move here whenever there's a right opportunity.
That's awesome. First-time father, congratulations.
Thank you.
You getting some sleep?
Sleep is for weak people. No, this is amazing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, every good thing takes effort. And I'm really enjoying the amount of time and the sleepless night we are spending with Kabir. And, I would not exchange it for anything else.
Yeah. And Kabir is your son's name.
That's correct.
I think that's great. Look, we've been watching in the MTX ecosystems, amazing leaders becoming parents, continue to kind of balance that responsibilities, but do it with the grace because it deepens the purpose for all of us.
Right.
And watching you do the thing you do. And have you seen a little bit of difference that it forces you to be even more efficient in the way you utilize your time any given day?
Look, absolutely. Whenever, as an individual, when you set on the entrepreneur journey, this is not only about you, it's about the impact which you are creating for your people, which impact you're creating for your customers. And I think this is where it's very necessary to understand the responsibilities and the way people look at you to create those impact and make sure that you're leading the way. So this is where it has been, I would say, the opportunity itself. And then the trust which people has put in me has driven me and given me a purpose that why do I have to do what I'm doing? And probably this would allow to create an example for my son to look up to me and say, hey, when you want it, it's possible, but you have to go and work for it to make it happen.
And I think that deep purpose matters. You live that by example every day. You've been growing this company, leading from the ground and executing on the operations side. Recently, you have taken up the Chief Operating Officer role. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We have seen you do an amazing job in the past 5 years building the company. There's an audacious goal for the next 5. How do you see your role play into that vision for the next 5?
So when I took onto this role, the important focus was making sure that we are creating operational efficiency. We are focusing on the culture which we have been creating for the last 5 years and creating opportunities for our people and empower them so they are also able to deliver on the commitments which we have been making for our customers.
Yeah.
So this is going to be very important that we focus on culture, and our people so that we together are creating the foundation and the scale to meet our 2030 vision.
Absolutely. I think this new generation, right, that they're going to look for that, right, is that the employers care about the core values, right? And I think being in these communities, especially in South Australia, you're going to have those family-oriented folks.
Absolutely.
And they want to work hard and they would like to raise families, all of that. I'm a big believer that if you can win people hard, you can win their mind.
Correct.
And if you can win their mind, anything is possible working with them.
Correct.
And watching you, lead those values every day. Do you ever hear from your workforce in the way that MTX drive the culture? I'm sure that even if people leave, do they ever talk about what they miss the most?
Look, there are many examples where people who were part of this growth and who were part of MTX, they left for the opportunities, they left for the next role they wanted to play in their career, but they came back. And the first question which we asked them what brought you back? And this is where they spoke about the flexibility, the connections and the collaboration which we have among the team, and how we have that bigger purpose, just not at the leadership level, but also at everyone who are part of the MTX. They were missing that on the other side.
Yeah.
So when they came back, they were like, now we know who we are and what we do, and this was even bringing even better version of them to deliver those outcomes.
People follow people.
Absolutely.
And I think they miss people and the culture, right? And that's okay. I think we want to champion people to find those opportunities. I think it speaks volumes to what you all do, right? To train people, upskill them.
Yes.
And they become better, marketable in the industry. And that's okay, right? We'll continue to champion our culture. Having said all of that, are you a big cricket fan?
Absolutely.
And, look, I'm a big Virat Kohli fan. And I think this was a farewell game for him in Adelaide. I think he has done really, really well in this field behind us.
Sure.
Do you have a memorable moment watching him in Australia in the past few years?
Look, he is, I would say, like, if there's any cricket fan out there, Virat Kohli definitely holds a great place in their hearts. And being part of the MTX, having the opportunity to sponsor the Adelaide Oval, the MTX Club, I have been able to watch him very closely play, deliver outcomes, and create an example that if you set your eyes to a certain goal, it's achievable. And he is a living example where he has been able to deliver and create those outcomes where people are going to look up to him and, going to admire him for what he has achieved.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Watching great talent perform, it inspires others.
Absolutely.
And I think, as you talked about, I'm absolutely delighted to have this MTX Club being part of the community where our own talents get to vicariously live through the success that whether Australian cricket players or Indian cricket players, right? Whoever plays here, those amazing success and what they can do in their own nature.
Yes.
Well, look, it's living in Sydney, spending a lot of time in Adelaide, wherever you may settle here, it seems like that you're very bullish about this market. And
Right.
And if there is one message that you have for the future workforce, there's a lot of young talents in different universities that are looking to graduate and looking for those high-paying tech jobs. What is this one thing that you, as the hiring leader, is going to be looking for amongst those talent?
So look, technology is evolving. Like the way technology used to be in 2000, in 2010, and 20, like even the last 5 years, it's changing. So my only advice to the students, to the future leaders who are currently going through their education and the colleges, focus on what's important. Focus on how you can deliver the most efficient way and the most smart way. And investing your time and learning those opportunities would allow you to be more relevant to what's coming next. And of course, it takes hard work. It takes that the opportunity to learn and have a business mindset. So if you would combine the technology with business, there's a great opportunity for these people to be even more successful and create outcomes what we are seeing in today's market.
Well, you heard it from the CEO of MTX APAC. He's going to be looking to hire a lot of workforce from all over Australia, New Zealand, and the APAC market. And if you are looking for those challenging, gratifying roles where you could grow as an individual and professionally, but at the same time create an impact for the communities, potentially where you live, I think that's a win-win situation.
Look, absolutely.
Look, maybe final questions for you. And
Go for it.
And I know that Sudeep's going to be watching this, so you don't have to say it to flatter him. Watching entrepreneurs, co-founders work together and grow together. Obviously, there's a lot of navigating, a lot of challenges, but also there's a lot of success and milestones you all get to achieve together. What is this one quality that you really admire about your CEO? And that's Sudeep Acharya.
Correct. Look, now in the journey, I'm going to give a bigger answer to this one. And the reason being, like, we both have lived through a journey together. We came from a very different part of life. We came from a very different part of the business which we used to work together. So of course we had a bit of, you would say, the opportunity to grow and opportunity to learn from each other. But he has been my foundation. He's been my sounding board to help me understand that how, not just him, but how other people also can be successful. So I think that inspiration would be the one thing which I would say. He has been able to inspire me and motivate me. And that has led to be where we are today together, and what we would be able to achieve together for MTX APAC in the next 5 years.
All right. You're off the hot seat. Good job.
Thank you.
Will you join me again?
Absolutely.
All right. See you next quarter. Thanks, everyone.
Cool. Thank you.